It is Wednesday evening. Greetings. There have been 2 batches today and 1 batch yesterday. As far as everything this week, I had ran out of wire, so yesterday I had to do a supply trip and get more of this rebar tie wire, which is this soft wire that I use for all of the sandwiching together, the lath, the remesh, and the rebar. So I guess this is the first video of this one. This is where everything's at. So it looks like it's got just about all of its shape pretty much from this side. And then tomorrow I'll probably be working on this little valley here and widening that area there perhaps a little bit, but that's what I did today, all the dark stuff. So widening that whole area, and then this whole area where, or it's better to actually see from the inside, but I got where this is all done here on the ceiling, all the dark stuff, that was the second coat on, except for this far side, that was done previously, but all the other stuff above, there was the first coat on all that today. So I did the first coat in the morning, and then by the afternoon it had mostly hardened, and so I was able to do the undercoat on that whole section today. And then as well I did a third coat, so a double coat on top to smooth it out. So a lot of this section here actually got 3 coats in one day. So the first layer on top, you can see actually here, that little bridge in between the two, that didn't get the third layer on top. That's why it's not quite as dark. So that one only got 2 layers. But now that all of the appendages, so to speak, are, and as soon as it has 2, it's okay to walk on, especially in an arc. Sometimes even just with 1 coat, when it's arched, you can walk on it because it's all the dynamics of it. Oh, that plane is really low. Interesting plane. A 4-engine. I don't know what kind of plane that is. And it's turning. Anyways. So now that all the arches are done on the outside of the structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the first one, basically this big opening here is all surrounded, and I'm working my way in from all sides. The dark stuff is what I all did today in the 2 batches today, and it dries out so fast with the sun. I keep coming through and watering it, because if it dries too fast it loses its strength, and it's drying faster than normal anyways because it's so thin. But the more I can slow that down by watering it, the stronger it all cures. So basically I'm thinking I'm going to get up roughly to that piece of rebar there. I haven't tied any of that, so I'm going to have to tie all that, and then I'll probably bring the mortar up to that roughly. Girl, stay off of that. Well, whatever, she's going to do what she's going to do. It's plenty strong enough to hold her. She might leave footprints. And then that area without the lath in it, I think that's the area that I'm going to leave open for a little bit. The rectangle there for all the berries underneath. So I'm on track to finish this, most of this, other than that one rectangle, for this week. And this is the first one on, I think I said Wednesday. And we'll see how far I can get in the next couple days. I think it rains on Friday or something. There's been a lot of dry, hot weather, sunny, and not a lot of rain, which so I've been able to get a lot of mortar done. But for example, well, it doesn't really look like it now, but some of the fields around here are turning brown because they're drying out without the rain. Anyways, that's all for now. The kitty's like, hurry up and be finished and talk to me. All right, so that's all. Almost halfway through the Portland delivery, but there's a full pallet there, pallet and a half still. Drawbridge is still working. fish are doing good in the water feature. And I regularly use this rainwater for the cement and the chickens and stuff. It's great to have this big reservoir of rainwater here. And I just planted this aquaponics feature with a whole bunch of ornamentals. There's 3 different kinds, or actually 4 different kinds. And one person had just given me some of these plants before, and they just proliferate like crazy. There's so many of them now. So I had many different jars of those that were just overgrowing out of the jars, and I transplanted them in here. And then a spider plant, and then some other kind of plant. So this is all the overflow abundance area. But what I would like to do as sort of a preview for the next project is I would like to be able to enclose this space right here where this water feature is, so that it can be a thermal buffer zone and capture a lot of the heat in the wintertime and some of the excess heat from the insulated living spaces right next to it, and then be able to keep water in it throughout the wintertime. That's the goal, so that fish can stay in there. So I would be including that and this dome structure here somehow all together into a enclosed space here. It's a very difficult challenge, but one which I will tackle after I finish the current project. Good morning. It's Friday. Look how great the garlic is doing. Lots of garlic. And the berries. Lots of berries. Even though it's been hot and very dry, those two are doing really well. And these chickies here are doing really well. You see all these chickies? It's okay, chickies. It's just me. You don't have to move. Even though I look like I'm stalking you with the camera. Oh, you go, girl. Such a perfect little roost for them. They got protection from the table, and the big chickens don't go up there. It's a good chicken table. So on the structure here, I've got 2 more batches on it. So working my way in, and it goes a lot faster now. You can see all the dark parts. So basically on the whole perimeter, except for, oh yeah, and on that side, working towards the center, and so it kind of accelerates as the opening gets smaller. But today I think I'm going to work on this section of lath here. It's okay, it's okay. Look at these cuties. Oh my gosh. What a good mama. She's coming back, don't you worry. She's gotta eat, you know. Oh my gosh, what cute babies. What a good mama. Oh, there's one on the ground too. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do? Alright, we'll pick it up. It's okay, we'll figure it out. That is Star with her 4 babies. Doing great. Oh, cuties. Trying to eat the food. I just gave them water. I haven't seen any of them drink yet. That helps the gear now. So I got the greenhouse out of there. And this is what this space looks like. 2 arches. These ones are at slightly different angles, kind of angled towards each other, so you can see further left out of the right one. Those two, the left two, are similar, and then the right one's a little funky. And then this big one here, where it goes from concave to convex, which it's hard to see, but it goes all the way down there. Hey, chickies. There's gonna be so many chickies. I gotta figure out what to do with all the eggs and everything. Hey, girl. So it's I ended up taking yesterday off, and we did get some rain. And today's Saturday, and getting to the fixing this lath. You can see how it's like draping down. So I gotta tie it all up and then do mortar. Yes, you're so loud. So coming up through the small tower here into this structure, the whole thing kind of seems like it's leaning, which is an effect I wanted to create to make it look very kind of liquid, even when it's all rocky. So it's all flowing on the left, then the right is rather vertical as it comes around the corner and then opens up to the rest of the space. So I got about half of the remaining lath covered. It's as far as I could get before it started with the strength that it has, basically. And more finished on the roof. So that really narrowing down. And I got this one more piece of rebar, that one, in, which is what those rocks on top are doing, is holding down the end of this piece of rebar here, so that the mortar can cure around it. And that gives the remesh in the middle area more consistent curve and strength, so it doesn't sag at all. And I might do one more batch today, get a second coat on this whole area, which is really white, light gray. It just had this one coat, and it was pretty wet, and it's thoroughly dried out at this point. And otherwise I'll have to wait till tomorrow, if weather permitting, to be able to finish most of that lath section. And you can kind of see right now, so with that section open, how all the berries here are mostly all in the sunshine, and that's why that area is going to stay open for a little bit. And right now I'm kind of brainstorming the potential of finishing this whole structure shell, kind of. So you see where these tires go are on the left, and then behind that water reservoir thing. So it would be another arch here, and then basically enclosing that whole left side, so that an arch right here from this over to there would be the entry instead of that. So that it creates a bit more privacy from kind of like that direction, instead of being able to see right through. The far wall would kind of prevent that. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but that's what's on my mind right now. But probably going to do another batch today. This is Grace. She's a good girl. She always comes up and says hi with a little peck. Not a mean peck, just a greeting peck. As always, Very talkative girl, that Kit Kat, Krishna. Grace just jumped onto my lap here because I'm eating a carrot and she thinks I'm going to share it with her. Dino the rooster, he's a good boy. We got the two, Grace just got a peck of my carrot. Get out of here, Grace. Come on, shit. Get out of here. The two chicks that have a disability, there used to be 3 because Klondike had a foot that didn't work normally, but her foot fully healed. So here's Hermes on the right, the brown one, and then Lightfoot over there on the left. And they both have a similar disability, both with their left foot where it extends out. Grace, you're so funny. Hey, what is that? She jumped up and bit my thumb, which is holding the phone, thinking it's some kind of food. She's a real food hound, that chicken. So these 2 girls need special attention. And sometimes they get beaten up by some of the other chickens, like Sammy and Coco seem to be very vicious around them. Whereas these ones are all just fine. But it seems like the girls lower on the totem pole are more likely to get vicious towards the disabled ones. Probably because it's just kind of animalistic nature. They want to dominate something because they feel dominated. Whereas these ones who are all secure in their adulthood don't bother them at all. And I have thought about just kind of killing them. But it would be the Spartan way. You could call it the Spartan way. But I think there's value in their life, and I'm trying to give them value in their life, and they might heal, maybe. Klondike healed, and yeah, it's just difficult for them to do regular things, and they're constantly under threat, and they can't keep up with the other ones, so then they have less opportunity to potentially utilize their muscles to try to figure out how to walk properly. But they got each other. They got friendship and they got life. And the phone can fall. Anyways, that's the end of the video. This bird just attacked. There's a hawk, eagle, something. Just landed right here. There's a big fuss. Holy moly. It came down right here and it was on the ground. I guess it didn't get anybody. Y'all okay? Y'all okay, everybody? And then I started yelling, and then it took off. It's huge. And then the crows were tailing it. Oh, there it is. Did you see it? Anyways, the birds of prey are attacking the chickens. That was a close one. So, Sunday evening. I think there's been 2 more batches since the last video. And you can see the ceiling is just about closed up. Aside from this open space. All the lath section has been covered, and most of it has got a second coat underneath as well. And now I am focusing on reinforcing some of the foundations, because the way that I built all this, I just kind of built it on these tires, and the top row of tires aren't even really pounded solid, though the ones under them should be. So I am porcupining tires and adding mortar, and I'm going to have to do a lot of that for these tires on the inside and out to a degree. So that's my next big project, and to balance that without taking the plants out, because any of the plants that are growing in the tires I want them to grow as much as possible to sap as much moisture as possible out of the tires before I cap them, because the plants can do that really well. And the less moisture in the tires, the better, as far as when it comes to winter and them expanding and everything. So that's next on the agenda, but that's all going to be pretty slow going. But that's all for now. I'm just kind of brainstorming, considering if I should buy the materials to extend this structure to the rest of the tires, because it's probably going to cost realistically another $1,000 roughly if I want to finish it. And I'm debating whether or not that's actually worth it for this season, and surely it will take me several weeks as well. So I'm thinking about that. So Star just came out of the box and gave her a little bit of help to get all these chickies out. And there were 4, but because she was able to sit on her eggs for a little bit longer, looks like 2 more hatched. And there's 6 now. I just got back from a supply trip. I got some crumbles for them because I had moved on to pellets for the other ones. So we got more crumbles, and then I just got a bunch more steel to do the other half of the Citadel project. So basically, hey Paula, the left half, oh yeah, so after the eagle attack, or if it was a hawk, a big hawk, they didn't get anybody. Everybody's all accounted for, so that was good. And it was very interesting because they take off so slow. If I was really fast, I probably could have like ran and grabbed its foot and then really taught it a lesson. But that'd be scary because their feet are so strong. So basically, I'm going to now figure out the shape of this left part. So where these tires are, like I was saying, like an arch there, and then maybe some more windows on the backside. And my truck is full of steel right now, so I'm going to go get the remesh off of it and the rebar, and I should have plenty of steel for not only this project, but maybe another project or two. Spent about $1,000 on materials today, so I'll be good to go for quite a while, continuing on the mortar work, which I feel is probably one of the best ways to spend my time, other than petting the kitty, as far as adding value with the skills that I have developed. So I'll get to that. This will be the last video for this week. All these chickies are doing good. Clyde, the biggest boy, he was traumatized after the eagle or the big hawk attack, and for a second I thought he had died, but he was basically just separated from the others out in the brush. But it took him a while to overcome his fear and come back. So that's all for this week's update. Thanks for watching.